Don't you guys just love it when a multi-millionaire socialist streamer says how hard his life is in comparison to the average working man because he has to stream for 9 hours a day? Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idle, and if you haven't seen the clip, Hasan hasanabi went around talking about how difficult it is to stream compared to working a normal job. Now, we're going to take a look at this. We're also going to look at the larger context beyond just a 20-second clip, but let's be real. The dude is throwing a fit over what is quite literally the ultimate amount of privilege. Before we get into this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day, and while this is particularly nerdy, you know that I do love to dunk on socialism because it's the second greatest evil in the world after full-blown communism. Let's take a look at what Hasan has to say.
Yes, a real job can be gruesome. A real job can make you very tired, but a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean? In the same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will.
Oh man, so for those of you watching that, have an actual real job, I don't know, maybe you watch my videos after you get home from the oil rigs doing hard manual labor, and you're like, I'm going to listen to what Leon has to say about Spider-Man as a way to sit down and relax. I'm sure that working on the oil rigs hasn't sucked your soul from your body like 9 hours of streaming has. Like, my roommate's an ex-trucker. He would be on the road for weeks at a time, not getting to see his family, not getting to see his kids, but that surely didn't suck the soul out of him like streaming would have. Thank God he was trucking instead of streaming, because what would that have done to his family? Yes, Hasan is obviously the ultimate social crybaby loser who spends his multi-millions on a mansion in Hollywood, but talks about how you need to pay more in taxes and give more to the needy because life is so bad and so difficult for them while giving up nothing himself. But to be fair to Hasan, apparently there's more context to this. Now, I've listened to it. I still completely disagree with him, but I do want to, have some bit of journalistic integrity, unlike what Hasan has, and actually talk about, and look at his, alternate point of view, see what the context is. But before we do, let's take a look at this awful tweet right here talking about this clip that's being shared around. These people farm the stupid people on Twitter for $3 in Twitter as Rev. First of all, it's ad Rev. Let's just talk about how poorly constructed this tweet is out the gate. These people farm the stupid people. That is just an awful way to form a sentence. You gotta say something along the lines of, these individuals farm the stupid people, or these people farm the stupid individuals. Don't use people so much together in one sentence because your message gets jumbled. But for $3 in ad rev on Twitter with clips like this, of fucking course I don't think Twitch streaming is harder than a real job, you dumb fuck. Well, you flat out said you do. Like verbatim, you did in fact say that it was that what you do is more difficult than having a real job. And I get it. You go on to later clarify and say that you're talking about on a social level, it drains your social battery. I'm gonna call bogus on even that, but first of all, you did say it. Regardless, you may have worded it poorly, and then you had to double back and say, hey, no, everybody listening who I'm preaching to that does work real jobs, and really, your audience doesn't work real jobs because they're 15 years old and think that socialism and communism are the tits. They don't even know what a real job is, so I doubt you had too terribly much of your audience actually calling you out. It was people on the internet, on Twitter, or people that hate watch your streams, but either way, you had to double back and reform what you were saying because you realized you just insulted at least half your fan base, notwithstanding the ones that don't actually work because they're children that you're indoctrinating. It is, however, better than whatever the fuck y'all are trying to do on this increasingly more dog shit website. The man has no sense of how to articulate a well-rounded and well-thought-out tweet and argument. I mean, look, I swear every now and again in my videos, but how much did you swear in this? Of fucking course, dog shit website, you dumb fuck. Like, is there a way that you can articulate your argument without actually turning on individuals and calling them out and using pejorative language? Because it doesn't make you look very intelligent. But let's actually look at the entire context of what he was saying. Here's an almost 2-minute version. There's the follow-up. And I want to have some level of journalistic integrity, because unlike Hasan, who likes to claim that socialism and communism will cure the world's ills, and he's flat out lying and indoctrinating people, I like to give the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, if there's more context, let's explore the additional context. So let's take a look. What you got for us, Hasan? Lay it on us.
No. Social battery wise, unless you're in fucking retail.
All right, so you're moving the goalposts. You're out the gate, you're moving the goalposts, because initially you said there is no regular job like, that is as difficult as streaming. And now you're like, well, unless you're in retail or unless you're in customer service or, again, move the goalposts, because your chat is probably calling your ass out because they are all falling for your socialist communist bogus, and they're thinking, man, this guy wants to talk about sharing the wealth and spreading it to everybody. I love this message, even though it's not feasibly possible in the real world. And then they hear you attacking them when they come home after working all day, and they want to hear about your socialist utopian dreams. They're like, what's he doing attacking me? I thought we were on the same side. Down with Donald Trump. Like, yeah, you're getting called out by your audience. You gotta double back. You gotta move the goalposts and say, unless you work retail, when that's not what you said initially. But again, we're only 9 seconds in. Let's keep the gravy train rolling.
It's very different. You're out of touch. I'm gonna die, dude. There's motherfuckers who are
Wouldn't that be nice? And I'm not advocating for his death. Mind you, when he says, I'm gonna die, I'm not saying someone go out and do that. This is not an advocacy for violence. I'm just saying that if homeboy went to sleep and didn't wake up, would we really be losing that much?
And nothing of value was lost.
accountants in here, and they're misunderstanding what I'm saying. A real job does not expend your social battery in the same fucking way as someone who did a sales job, a real job, okay?
All right, now you're speaking my language. You're talking about doing a sales job. Well, for those of you that don't know, your boy Leon here did sales for many years. You want to know why? Because sales is the best money you can make without having a college degree. In fact, I probably made more money doing sales than I make here on YouTube. But, I was real good at sales. I could sell ice to an igloo. I sell ice to an igloo. Maybe not. I was going to say I got a silver tongue. I could sell ice to an Eskimo. The fact of the matter is, yeah, sales, it is draining on your social battery. Nobody is going to deny that if you're sitting there and you're like going door to door and trying to sell vacuums, which I've done, or you're making calls at a call center and you're like, hey, go ahead and buy insert television package and internet here, which I've also done. Yeah, that is absolutely exhausting. But you know what? You know what adults do after 8 hours of doing sales, because that's a normal shift, is an 8-hour shift, or unless you're lucky and got to work 4 10s, or in my instances, I actually work 12-hour days and work 3 days on, 4 days off, then 4 days on, 3 days off. Point is, I thought it was great. Was it a draining of the social battery? Absolutely. But you know what? As an adult, I did afterwards. I still went out to dinner with my friends and family, and we convened in social settings. That was the correct thing to do. I still went out and did my grocery shopping. I still went out. I got my showers in. I was able to cook dinners and do everything that needed to be done, because being an adult means, you know what? Even if you're tired, even if your social battery is drained, you still gotta actually do this stuff. You don't just get to sit there and be like, oh, I'm so glad my 9-hour stream is out of the way. I'm exhausted now. I'm socially drained. I'm just gonna kick back, count my millions, have something DoorDash to me because I don't have the energy to cook because my life is so hard.
I'm telling you, as someone who did both.
I doubt he did both, by the way. Or maybe if he did do both, maybe if he did work a real job. Let's be real. For anyone that knows, his parents, his uncle, he's a trust fund baby. His parents, I think his father, definitely his uncle, but either his father or his mother as well, were literally worth millions of dollars. So he grew up in the ultimate privilege. So maybe he had good parents who said something along the lines of, you're 16 now, you can't live off daddy's money, you gotta get a job. And maybe he learned the value of hard work, but I highly doubt it. You wanna know why I highly doubt it? Because homeboy's a socialist. It's been my experience that individuals that believe in socialism have no concept of the value of hard work. So yeah, maybe he worked these jobs, but let's be real. You don't become a socialist and become a multi-millionaire streamer because you had a hard time doing real world work. Or maybe you do. Maybe he's just that much of a pussy in real life.
Like 9 hours of constant performance and people pleasing taps you out from social scenarios.
Why are you people pleasing? 9 hours of people pleasing? How can we trust you to be honest about your views if you're people pleasing? You're sitting here, you say for your 9-hour streams, you people please? What, do you not believe in your own ideas enough to be authentic and let your audience come in naturally and let them gravitate towards to what your true beliefs and values are? I know that I make videos every day. I stream multiple times a week. You know what I never do? Pander to the damn audience. I don't people please. You know how often I have individuals, unsubscribe or leave me hate messages or whatever because, yeah, I'm at least authentic and real. So are you outright admitting? So first of all, you say that your job is so much more difficult than a real job. Then you try and backpedal and move the goalposts. And now you say you're a people pleaser. So we can't even believe that these opinions and values you hold are actually your own because you're just saying what you want your audience of 15-year-olds that you're indoctrinating to hear. No matter what, you try and say, hey, there's more context to this. I'm not the bad guy in that 15-second clip. You're just making yourself look worse, homie.
After 9 hours of that, I could probably do fucking physical labor. It would not bother me.
I do not believe that someone who believes in socialism could do physical labor at all, but go on.
But I can't fucking do more social shit. That's my point. Like, there are obviously real jobs out there that are good comparisons. Service sector, people-pleasing jobs would be very similar. Those are like, I think, customer service type shit. But like if you're an accountant or if you're even like in sales, my interactions with clients was limited.
Then you probably had a cushy job that daddy landed you. If your interaction with clients was limited in sales, then you were either bad at your job or you were a nepotism baby and you got the easy job. Because if you're in actual sales, you always want to be with a client, because if you're not with a client, that's cutting into your commission, that's cutting into your pay, that's cutting into the food going in your family's bellies. Not that I, believe this individual ever had a family or ever will have a family. He probably thinks the idea of the nuclear family is an absolute tragedy and it's the worst thing. Capitalism, the nuclear family, give all your monies to the blacks in Ukraine. Like that's something that Hasan would probably say, and he would mean it completely unironically. But yeah, let's keep going. Once again, he's not making himself look any better.
More limited than like constantly having to do this for 9 hours with like a back and forth interaction for 9 hours. That's
also, no one's making you do it for 9 hours. Absolutely nobody is saying, hey, Hasan, you have to sit there and stream for 9 hours a day every day. You're making the choice to do that. You're using your own God-given free will to make the choice to do that, and you're apparently not even doing it very well if you're people-pleasing, but that's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is, you can scale it back. You could do 4, 5, 6 hours a day, but that would cut into the multi-millions that you're so used to earning year over year, even though that completely goes against your socialist message, you absolute POS. And I know I said earlier that I'm against you using pejorative language and insulting individuals, but let's be real, Hasan is not a person. He's the scum of the earth. He's part of society that makes you think, you know what, maybe I would in fact welcome the asteroid because things aren't gonna get any better. So yeah, you know what, to hell with hasanabi / Hasan Pike or whatever you want to call him, and to hell with him trying to backpedal and pretend he did not just absolutely insult you, the working class, by saying that his job of sitting in front of a computer, of sitting in front of a screen is so hard, and that what you guys are doing can't even compare to his indoctrination of children. I'm over here making this video, and then afterwards, I'm gonna edit it, and I'm gonna release it, and I'm gonna do the SEO, and I'm gonna do all the behind the scenes stuff, and then I'm gonna stream in the next couple days, and then I'm gonna make more videos. On top of this, I still work a regular 9 to 5, well, not really 9 to 5, I mean, I work nights, but the point is, I work a regular job, 40 hours a week, on top of all the hours I put into YouTube, and you don't hear me complaining. You want to know why? Because I love it. I love the fact that you guys are here watching this video. I love and respect my audience. I couldn't do this without you. I don't see that level of humbleness or humility from Hasan because he thinks the world owes him. Him and all of his socialist and communist ilk thinks the world owes them, that there's no reason for gratitude, and that's frankly disgusting. So if you did make it this far, just know I actually do appreciate it. It doesn't matter if you agree with me, disagree with me, subscribe, don't subscribe, dislike the video. The fact that you're here is what enables me to do this and what enables me to actually make money while doing it. Money that absolutely goes to things that are necessary in life. I used my YouTube money, for example, to get my car relicensed recently. I wouldn't have been able to do that without you guys, or at least I wouldn't be able to do it with near as easily or with the extra change in my pocket. So yeah, I appreciate the audience, unlike Hasan Piker here. But these are my opinions. We're done listening to him. I want to know yours. Let me know in the comments down below, or let me know on X, where you can find me at Bolt the Word. And please do subscribe. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day, unless something like this happens and we gotta talk about the more political and social side of it, because damn, is this absolutely infuriating and what makes other individuals like us in the content creation game look like absolute cretins. Also, hey, become a member for $4.99 a month. I'm gonna be like Hasan. I'm gonna chill for a moment. For $4.99 a month, you can join the Discord. You can even choose the articles I go over on a day-to-day basis for coverage, and of course, you can talk with other other people who are like-minded, get into debates, have conversations. It's a blast. The Discord's fun. It's only $4.99. And also, I got a merch store. Discount code Vital Idol. Get yourself a discount on a shirt or a mug. And if all you did was watch the video and hit subscribe, that's awesome as well. But it's all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.